striker Victor Osimhen was voted as Serie A's under-23 best player of the season for the 2021-2022 season. But while celebrating that award, Osimhen posted a cryptic message on the social media, like a dissing message, sending a message to those who he claimed wanted to see him fail. Well, that's kind of strange anyway, but of course we'll be looking at beyond that. He's been linked with a move away from Napoli. He's been linked with Manchester United, Arsenal, and the new money back to Newcastle. So we will be, of course, looking at where will be best for Osimhen as the season has ended right there in Europe. I'm sure he too doesn't know where his future lies, because if Newcastle can just put 100 million euros on the table, De Laurentiis can just call up Osimhen and say, guy, it's time to leave. Of course, we're talking about victorious Flying Eagles. Of course, they went to Niamey, Niger Republic, they saw and they conquered. They are the champion of the 2022 Waffle Zombie champions. And of course, remember that they've picked one of the 2 tickets for the AFCON. That'll be taking place this year. Of course, the federal government is planning an official reception for them. Of course, we'll be looking at the Ghana Premier League today. The Ghana Health Service has recommended a total suspension for all the matches regarding Heart of Oak. We'll be telling you why that is happening. Kado Windare flew in from Milan. Of course, remember that they won the league title for the first time in 11 years. I'm talking about AC Milan. Though we don't even know how they managed to do that against Sassuolo. Sassuolo is a fighting team, and AC Milan went there. It was very easy, 3-0. Of course, that is a story for another day. Kayode, did you also pay 3,000 euros to watch that game? I need to first of all ask.
Tell me, I think if not because of your bad belly, congratulations are in
Okay,
order.
I'm sorry. Congratulations to all AC Milan fans. Let me begin.
Thank you very much. We accept your congratulations. Thank you.
But we're already doing a background check on how that match was.
Whatever
it was
you do,
for AC Milan.
over the course of the season, AC Milan were the best team. And they showed on the final day. In fact, it was a travesty that we had to wait until the final day before we make this. But you know what? We did it in style. Under 45 minutes, we showed everybody we were here for the title. We got 3 good goals. And it could have been like a dozen goals. But we just decided to, you know what, keep the rest in stock for next season when we go again. Because we want to go next season, defend this title, win the Coppa Italia, and win the Champions League. Yeah, we are that ambitious. Yeah. And you know one thing, Femi?
African Champions League.
All joking aside, now people have commended the AC Milan model. That we spent like a quarter of what most teams in Serie A spent. Built a team. Pioli has done a very, very wonderful job.
And I think Maldini, the recruitment team.
Yes, the recruitment team.
Yeah,
Maldini has. Let's not take away the effort of Maldini in the team. They have done a very, very good job of keeping expenses very, very low, then making sure that they got quality. And they brought up a number of players that Tonali, the young Portuguese, Rafael.
That was voted MVP of the league season.
Yes, I saw. After the game, I was so pumped up I couldn't sleep. So I went back and was checking a review of the season, and I saw that this is a team that is packed with a lot of potentials, a lot of young talents. We're talking about Tom Mori, who has been outstanding for them in defense. We talk about Sandro Tonali.
The same place in Chelsea rejected.
Yes, you talk about Sandro. Anyway, that's the life of a footballer. You are rejected in one place, you go and blow in another place. Sandro Tonali, the young Portuguese that we talked about.
Rafael.
A whole lot of players.
A
whole lot of players around there. So that even now, if the big man leaves, like he's been speculated, he won't be missed. That's Ibra. Ibra won't be missed.
And Origi is coming into the team.
Origi is coming into the team. It shows the wizardry of Maldini in picking players. Players that low-priced players. What we used to call in Nigeria, Pokulowe. Players that come at
Can you interpret that in English?
Cheap articles, cheap quality articles. And they've shown it. In fact, as a matter of fact, I read an article where someone was saying, you know what, Man United should copy this model. That it has worked here, it can also work for United. You cannot be throwing away 80 million on a Harry Maguire, and while
your best defender of the season.
I don't know about that. While AC Milan are doing well, very, very well with this crop of players that have come for next to nothing. So I think that's the way to go. It's been a long time coming. 11 years to wait for a league title. It's been horrible for faithful Milan fans, but we thank God that it is finally here.
Great to see Milan back in the club of the elite league
That
in
is
Europe.
where they belong.
Okay, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. Kayode, you and I were here a few weeks ago discussing whether Napoli had access to his social media and all that. He is the Serie A player of the year for the under 23 of his age. And while celebrating that, he wrote on social media that he acknowledged the club, the fans, his family for all the support and all that. Then he talked about the injuries he's gone through. Then he said, this is for those who want to see him fail, Kayode.
And I think I remember when we were discussing, I said I will understand if the club actually has control of his social media handles, because there are some things you don't need to tweet.
I think that is not necessary.
You know what? When you are obsessed with haters, somebody is after you, it makes you lose focus. You lose sight of the goal. Don't forget, Osimhen, for all his potential, he has not won anything in club football. He needs to go out there and establish himself as a winner. So when he keeps chasing haters, seeing haters in every word of criticism, there's a big problem. He needs his handlers. I hope he has quality handlers to tell him, you know what, forget about whoever is hating. Face the goal. You are not the only person to play football. Even in Nigeria, let alone Africa, let alone the whole world. Why is it in you alone that everybody wants to hate? And for what reason? Why would I hate him, for example?
Moreover, somebody even said, if everybody loves you, it means you are not doing something right.
So why would I even hate? No, it's not about everybody hating you. Why would somebody hate you? You scoring goals for your club does not mean, it does not affect me in any way. As a matter of fact, I clap for you. I clap for every African player, wherever they are. I clap for you 2 times because you are a Nigerian. I want you to succeed. Fine, there may be those who don't see things your way. It doesn't make them haters. And even if they are haters, you know what? The more you talk about them, the more they stay in your head. Forget about them. Femi, as much as we appreciate those who watch our program, it's not everybody that likes what we are doing. So why are we not focused on those who don't like what we are doing? We shouldn't. We should be more appreciative of those who like what we are doing. That's the most important thing. But if you keep talking about those who don't like us, you are this, you are that, then those who actually like you will be put off. They will be put off that this is not what I signed on for. When I subscribe to this channel, it is not to hear about those who hate you. They don't care. Absolutely. Do what they want to do. Those who don't like you today may find themselves liking you tomorrow if you're doing the right thing.
Or if you even ignore them completely.
No, ignore them completely.
But Kayode, let's talk about he's been linked with a move away from Napoli, Manchester United, Arsenal, Newcastle. Let's look at, because arguably we can say Osimhen is maybe the best export from Nigerian football right now.
At the moment.
Yeah. Let's look at where you think that would be best for him. None of these 3 clubs will be playing the Champions League next season. Napoli has sealed the Champions League spot in Italy. Prospect of winning trophies, what do you think? And then, if any of these clubs should bring, according to reports in Italy, 100 million euros, De Laurentiis, Napoli president, might not have any other option than to sell. And we know that Newcastle can afford that even 3 times over.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about those who can afford him. Newcastle definitely can afford him. Man U, if they need to find the money, they will find the money and pay. I don't think Arsenal will play. No.
You want to look for
No.
with Arsenal?
Let me tell you why. They are not known to pay over the top for players.
But they pay almost something like that for Nicolas Pepe.
No. They pay the 80. And that's like a record for
them. And you know, it's in pounds.
And you know what? The Nicolas Pepe, I still contend that he has not justified that amount. So trying to go out and pay another amount like that for another player, for me, may not be the Arsenal way of doing things. So, but let's put them in the mix. Should he go to Arsenal? Should he go to Man United or Newcastle? I would rather he stayed another season at Napoli. Not because they are playing Champions League. Because who tells you that they will not be knocked out in the first round?
Okay, but why would you want him to stay?
Yeah, because, see, ever since he came up in the league, as a footballer from his under 17 days, he has played in he plays for Wolfsburg, I think, a season. He went to Charleroi in Belgium, a season. He went to Lille, a season. He played in Napoli, a season.
2 seasons now.
Yeah.
2 seasons now.
This is the second season for him. Now, fine, he will establish himself if he tries to play a third season. By then, and he has shown over the 2 seasons that he scored, I think,
he scored 10 goals
10
in the
goals
first season. This season he scored 18 goals in 32
that
matches.
shows you that he's in the up or is on the upward. So if he stays a third season, who says his fees
and you could have even done better, if not for the cheek fracture.
Exactly. Who says his value cannot even go up? Although on the flip side, you could say who says his value will not go, cannot also go down. Right. But bearing any injuries, which can happen to any player at any club, I think it will be more value to himself and to the club, to the selling club Napoli now. If he is able to stay another season at Napoli, then his value will be higher. Apart from that, if he's going to leave, I think United will be a better process for him. Because, like I told you the last time, Femi, any player going to Newcastle now, they are new money bags, but they cannot. They need a period of stability, like 2-3 years, before they start winning things. That's the truth.
Okay. Let's leave Osimhen altogether now. Kayode, let's come back home. Our Flying Eagles, they went to Nigeria. We never thought they were even going to achieve this feat. 4 matches, they won 3, drew 1. Champions of Wafu Zombi Championship. Is Ladambozo now paying his dues, Kayode? You know, a lot of us never thought he would.
Well, I would not, as much as I don't want to take away anything from this victory, Ladamboso and his assistant, Fatai Amo, I'm not going to take anything away from them. But this is just a means to an end. The end itself is the World Cup, the Under-20 World Cup. So this is, the Wafu Cup is just a step to the AFCON. It's at the AFCON that they will have to qualify for the World Cup. And when they go to the World Cup, because of our pedigree at the World Cup, they will not just go there to make numbers. They have to go there and make an impact.
They have to raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Yeah. And the only way they can make an impact is to win the cup. Because we've gone to 2 finals already. Yeah. So that's the only way they can stand out. At least match that record or possibly surpass it. Now, have they tried? Yeah, they have. I'm not taking away anything from them. But this is just the beginning. Being champions of Wafu does not mean anything than the fact that it gives them a ticket to go to the AFCON. At the AFCON, they are not going to get any special consideration.
But does that prove that they are the best in the subcontinent currently? They defeated Ghana, defeated Algeria.
There were 7 teams contesting.
Defeated Cote d'Ivoire, now defeated Benin.
The facts attest to that they are the better team, the best team now. Among
West Africa.
Among the 7 teams that contested, they are the best team. But like I said, the Wafu Cup is just a sub-unit of the whole this thing, not the main thing. The main thing for me is the World Cup. So hopefully now they have the AFCON ticket in the bag. Let's see how they are able to translate that at the AFCON to the World Cup ticket. I'm not even asking them to win the AFCON. Just grab a World Cup ticket and go and do well at the World Cup.
So we hope that politics will not come into play, in a situation where you see the best teams that came to Niger Republic or went to Niger Republic, and at the end of the day, get to AFCON, they are nowhere to be found.
No, sir, Femi, sorry. Some of them will not make the AFCON team, and I will tell you why. Don't forget, this team was already put together, and like I told you, there were cracks in this team. Forget the fact that they won.
Why can't they build a team around this?
They can. There will be a fulcrum of some of these players will be at the center of the team that is going to be built. But don't expect everybody to be there. There will be, of course, they will have time now to prepare for the AFCON. They will have time to ask other players to come. Check, of course, after playing like 5, they played 4 games at the Wafu competition. Now they've seen that there are some areas that they need to fortify. They will need to bring in more players. But the core of this team should remain.
But what about if it doesn't break? Don't fix it, currently.
No, there's a break, except we choose not to see it.
But what about if you try to mend the break?
That's the mending.
Rather than bringing in new players.
The way to mend it is to bring in players where you need them, not to just tell everybody to go. There will be players that will be retained. There will be some that will be brought into the team. But it's not as if you just dismiss everybody and you bring an entirely new team. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, you say, okay, you know what? We need the backup for our left full back. Okay, we need somebody as
those that will complement.
Yes, that will complement the core of this team. The core. Of course, if you are going to bring people to complement, that means some other people will have to leave. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so the Oracle has spoken, so who am I? But let's quickly go on a break. But please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your comments, please keep them coming. They'll be rolling on the screen. And please don't forget to indicate where you are reaching us from in your comment. Like our videos, please, and also share them. We'll be back to talk about what we told you in the intro about what is happening in the Ghanaian Premier League. The Ghana Health Service has suggested that all games involving Hearts of Hope should be suspended because of the strange flu that has broken out in the camp of that team. And of course, their game last weekend was suspended because of that incident. We'll be back to tell you all of those. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and it's still Nigeria Superfans Forum. Like we told you before we went on that break, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your comments, please keep them coming. The producer is already rolling them on the screen. And we told you about the suggestion by the Ghana Health Services. They've suggested to the Premier League to suspend all games involving Hearts of Hope after a strange flu broke out in the team, and the game against the Bibiana Stars for, of course, for this particular week, and 30 fixture has been suspended because of that thing. And they said a number of the players in that club have been hospitalized. Strange flu. I think they are still receiving a treatment as we're talking right now. Kayode, strange flu. And the Ghana Health Services has suggested to the Ghana Premier League and also the Ghana Football Association to suspend all games involving Hearts of Hope right now. Kayode.
Yeah, it's hard. It's sad. It will disrupt the calendar, but it is the sensible thing to do. We know this is going to disrupt the calendar, but it is the sensible thing to do because the health of the players and officials come first. And we should not put them in a place where their health will be endangered, and where they will endanger the health of those they come in contact with. So the sensible thing is what has been recommended, and I hope the GFA will follow through and suspend their games, as we say. Then let them take care of that. Whatever, they will find a way to make up the games that they would miss.
So these games will pile up for them. Actually.
Yeah, it
that will
will.
be the consequence
But
of this.
is it not better to pile up?
Yeah,
games?
I'm just saying.
I know. That's why I said it will disrupt the calendar for them and for the league too. But
And for the other teams
and for the other teams too. But it's better to do it that way than to risk their health.
Okay, so according to the Ghana Health Service, only 16 players are available for their game against the Bibiana Stars. Of course, that was why the game was asked to be suspended. And according to them, the type of the flu is influenza A subtype H3N2. The name alone is scary. it looks like biology H2O. I know H2O is water.
Like I said, it's something we do not have a full idea of. We don't have the full information about what it is. But if it sufficiently alarmed the health officials to ask for a clampdown on the acts of players and officials, then it's something all of us should be worried about. And we thank God that some people are taking proactive steps before this becomes a major disaster. Okay,
they're still talking about the Ghana Premier League. Last week we talked about the serious hammer that fell on Ashanti Gold.
Yes.
No, they're supposed to, a lot of people have expected that by now they should have been kicked out of the league. But this weekend, they put aside their misery and they won 3-1 away.
Yeah.
Now, they're still playing. A lot of people wondering why they're still playing.
No, the ban will take effect from the end of the season, regardless of how they end up this season. Even if they will go on to win the league, it is sure that they are going to play in the lower division. In the lower division, except if they appeal and their appeal is successful. Let us not rule that out. But it is still possible to appeal. They have said they are going to appeal. But while the appeal is pending, you cannot ask them to stop playing. So they will have to play until they signed on for this season. They have to play all their games until the appeal is not successful. If the appeal is upheld, then they would stay up in the next season if they are not relegated on the pitch, not in the boardroom now. But as it is, whatever happens, they will play out this season. Then we'll now see what happens next season.
I pray the appeal fails completely so that
if they are guilty,
that's what I'm saying.
If they are guilty,
of course. But will someone just come out to say why Ashanti Gold of all clubs in the Ghana Premier League?
We've seen stranger things. If they are guilty, I want the appeal to fail, like you also want. But if they are not, I pray that the truth comes out in the open.
Okay, Kayode. Andrea, we talked a lot about him during the two-legged of the Qatar 2020 World Cup playoff. Now, of course, all the national teams in Africa will be turning attention to the 2023 AFCON qualifiers. Now that the season in Europe has ended, and Andrea, he plays in Qatar. The league has also ended in that part of the world. and is training with Medema FC now, in order to keep fit for the upcoming 2023 AFCON qualifier.
I think that's
the question is, will Otuado consider him? Will he still have a place in that team?
Will locally based players have a chance to earn a place in the team?
But he's 32. You can consider
Femi, I do not want you to talk about his age. Talk about the fact that even at 32, he is coming with experience. He has a heart of a lion. He's a leader. So, and I think this boy has done enough to justify his place in the team. The fact that he's even trying to keep fit, while of course, he has a valid excuse that
the season has ended, so I can just go and relax.
But he's been professional by deciding to go and train with a club. He's been professional, and I think he should get marks for effort, for professionalism. So what he's doing is something to commend.
Why I would totally agree with you was I remember during the two-legged playoff against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, it was in the stadium.
Yes, exactly.
It was there particularly in Ghana, to give the Black Stars moral support.
That's what captains do.
And here we had players who were not even invited, and they're even nowhere to be.
That's what captains do. And I think we should appreciate that from Ayew. He's doing what the captain should do. He's trying to show leadership, staying in shape, training with the local team. We've seen this before. I remember once when what's his name, David Beckham came back from the US, and he was training with Arsenal. He wanted to keep, because the season in Europe, MLS had ended, and he wanted to keep fit. He was training with Arsenal, and there were speculations that probably he wanted to join Arsenal. No, he just wanted to keep fit. That's what stars do.
Okay, maybe one day he will come back to Ghana Premier League, as we've seen with Montari.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Okay, let's go to week 30 of the Ghana Premier League. We talked about Ashanti Gold going away to win. Great Olympics, they lost at home to Medema. Of course, we talked about Andrea, you training with Medema. Accra Lions played a goalless draw at home to Edwana Stars. Ashanti Kotoko, what's happening to Ashanti Kotoko?
Nothing.
This is about their second defeat in 3 matches.
You are talking as if they are not entitled to lose games.
A team at the top of the table should not be losing games the way they are.
No.
Like you said, I think the luck they have is that they've done their job at the beginning of the season.
One, then two. For me, it would be a monotony if they just keep winning and nobody's checking them. This way, don't forget, last time we were talking about having a very exciting end to the season. This way, when their lead is caught, they also know that nothing is done yet. They have to buckle up, and we see a very exciting end to the season. Although, like I said, I hope they are going to win it.
Okay, but it's so surprising that they lost to a Bericom Chelsea of all clubs.
You have now been disrespectful.
No, Kayode.
You have been disrespectful.
If you see a team like Manchester City losing to, maybe Burnley.
It will be an upset, but
I'm sure Guardiola will have a sleepless night.
Because don't forget, technically there will be 11 players on the pitch against 11. So the fact that they lose could be an upset. Yeah, if Brazil lose to Sao Tome and Principe now, it is an upset, but it is possible in football. So these things happen.
We call it juju in Africa. Okay, Beckham United, of course, they also drew at home to Legon Cities. Abibana Gold Stars, they won against Real Tamale United. Kayode side 2-0. Dreams, they play 1-0 against Wafa. And Elmina Sharks, they lost at home to Ashanti Gold, like we've talked about. Then Karena United, they play 1-0 against King Faisal. And the 11 Wonders, they're supposed to host the Arts of Hope, but that game has been suspended right now. So at the top of the table, Ashanti Gold's lead has been cut to just 6 points, and we have 4 matches to go. Though Ashanti Gold, they still have a game in hand. Medema FC, they are second on 50. Beckham United, third. Beckham, they were second at a time. Now they've dropped to third. They are 49. The Ashanti Arts of Hope. I would love to see Arts of Hope in the continent next season.
Me too, but Femi, sentiments aside, they have to deserve it. They have to end that sport. You cannot have other teams do well all through the season, and you now say because of their pedigree, because of their name, they should just be handed the ticket to go to the continent. They should show that they deserve to be on the continent. Like you said, there is a way these names work on the continent, out of Ashanti Kotoko, but they have to show that they deserve to be there.
Okay.
If Beckham had been good all through the season to come second, then Beckham should definitely go to the continent.
Okay, so let's come back home now to Nigeria. Week 29 in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Interesting results, Kayode. Shooting Stars, MFM. A lot of teams have been taking MFM to the cleaners this season, Kayode. What happened?
Well, Shooting Stars just decided to.
If you guys could go to Akure and pick a draw about 2 weeks ago, what happened?
Technically, that's football. That's football. You can pick points anywhere. You should pick points anywhere, ideally. But when when fans now get used to the idea that your team, it is okay for their team to go away to pick points, to win, to draw, but it's not okay for their teams to draw points at home. There's a problem. There were pockets of violence after the game. I learned officials of 3SC and the players had to run for safety. One was actually injured. One of the officials. Okay,
the officials and players of MFA were not assaulted.
No, they had no. See, the thing about 3SC is, I can't recall they do not touch visiting teams when they are unhappy.
Should we give them credit for that?
No, you don't understand.
Violence is still violence.
Violence
is still
I'm
violence.
not excusing.
No, I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm not excusing violence. What I'm just saying is, even if the opposing team works by them, they will actually clap for them. It is their own team that they will face. I'm not excusing it. It is wrong. If those boys...
I'm not justifying it either, yes. But I think it is better. Turn your anger against your own team.
If those boys... No, that's even wrong. If those boys went to Kwara, to wherever, to Sunshine, of all places, to get a draw,
then why not?
This MFM, they beat them away. But MFM...
In Lagos.
In Lagos. So MFM cannot come to Ibadan to come and pick a point. It's wrong, Femi. It is wrong. I hope the officials are able to fish out those who did this. Even if the LMC does not take any action, because I think it was the end of the game, violence. Okay. The game had ended. In fact, MFM equalized, I think, in the second minute of added on. Oh. So the game would have ended.
But one new victory.
Left the field before the fans got onto the pitch and wanted to do whatever it was they wanted to do to their team. So that was outside the kern of the LMC. But if the LMC does not take action because it is not within their purview, I think the team itself, the state government, should do something about the fans. Because we know each other. They will know those.
They'll be able to fish out those responsible.
They can't.
But up to now, we've not heard anything about that particular MFM guy whose face is all over the media.
That's what I'm saying. Shebi, I told you last time, I said they should have, what the LMC should have done is ask MFM not to play until they provide that guy. You cannot say they should pay money and provide the guy. No, tell them you are not going to play until you provide that guy.
You're not going to play at home, right?
No.
You're not going to play at all.
You're not playing at all. And you'll be forfeiting points. Each match day that you don't play, you are forfeiting those points. Femi, they will fish out that guy in 24 hours. If you tell them that any game, okay, if you don't fish out that boy, you will not play your game, and that means automatically you are losing 3 points. That guy will be fished out under 12 hours, Femi.
And the picture that keeps playing back in my head is the effrontery that guy had to even push a police officer.
Because it is enabled. He had the environment to do that. He knew that he would go scot-free. He knew that the MFM officials were aid and abet.
Something you cannot ordinarily do on the street.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't only try to assault the official, he assaulted the police officer. Yeah. Because he had backing. Let's not deceive ourselves. If they had done that to that guy for the MFM game, it would have sent a note of warning to 3SC fans. They wouldn't have known what they did on Sunday. There's a ripple effect to all of these things. If you do not punish one person, it sends a signal to the other person that you
can do it and also get away with it.
As simple as that.
Okay, so let's get to other results now. Enugu Rangers defeated Akada 1-0. Abia Warriors, of course, they also won at home 2-0 against Plateau United. Katsina United defeated Eyimba 1-0. Lobby Stars, they played goalless draw at Wider hosting Sunshine Stars. Aqua United, of course, we can say the holders now, they defeated Niger Tornadoes 1-0. And Gombe United defeated Kwara United 4-2. Kwara United, they have the ambition to play in Europe next season. So let's see how far this takes them down. Of course, we talked about Shooting Stars and MFM. Kano Pillars defeated Heartland 3-1. Heartland, Cowdy, they are still talking about owning players, and all that in 21st century, Cowdy. If you are not ready, why not just pack your bags and go and say we'll return until when we have money to pay you guys, Cowdy.
They are still being enabled. If the LMC puts his feet down, that if you're a player by X date, you will not be allowed to play games. those monies will come out. They will pay the players. You have to be mad of any.
Kyle, I'm going to ask you a question. Let me quickly round up with this. Rivers United, they defeated Remo Stars 1-0. Nasarawa United, of course, they also playing at home, defeated Wiki Tourists by 1 goal to nothing. So Rivers United, they're still holding sway at the top of the table. While MFM, Dakada, Atlant, Kano Pillars, they moved up to 17 now. I think they are gradually, leaving the relegation zone. But Kyle, let's talk about all this. Somebody once said that some of these clubs do is when a player signs a contract, the document that they submit to the LMC, they can write, for instance, that you earn, let's say, 600,000 or 1 million every month. Whereas, in their mind, they know that you only earn maybe 100,000 every month. So, how do you think LMC will be in the picture of what is actually happening with all these things? And again, we heard that the contract that NFS started with Bitno, the cryptocurrency company, the new sponsor now, is worth 200 million naira every season. How much would that do in a league where you have 20 teams?
That is not. It's less than peanuts.
That's what I'm saying. 200 million.
It's less than peanuts.
How much are you going to give clubs to even prepare?
It's less than peanuts. But half a bread is better than nothing. The fact that they are even bringing some.
Half a bread. If you have like 200 puff-puff, I'll pay the puff-puff. Because once I eat and drink water, I know it will be fine with me.
If that money actually comes in and you pay clubs, maybe clubs get maybe
10-15 million. Because 20 teams, you can't
give them everything.
You can't give them more than 10-15 million.
Let's say you give them 10 million. That's like you're giving them 50% of the money. It is nothing because what those clubs spend in a game in a month is more than that.
But if you're giving 10 million Kyle, the whole money is finished. That's what I'm saying.
That's what no, if you give 20 people 10 million, 5 million.
Then you talk about 100 million gone.
That's 100 million.
Yeah.
That's 50% of it. That's what I'm saying. You give them that 5 million is nothing for me. You understand? But it's better than not getting anything. That's a good place to start. And if these people are tied to sponsors, it doesn't mean you cannot get other sponsors. Look at TV. Look at creative ways of making money. And apart from what the clubs are even going to get from the LMC, Femi, the clubs too should be looking at creative ways of making money. There are a lot of potentials to make money in the league, Femi. I
think some of them sell souvenirs.
No, those souvenirs are sold by private people. Femi, if I get a consultancy, I can tell them a few ways of making money. But it's not going to be for free.
I can recommend it to a number of them.
Please do.
But what I and the fans have in mind is for you to contest the NFF's presidential position later in the year. We are going to buy the phone for you, Kyle.
It's not about the phone.
We are going to bankroll you.
Thank you very much. And then you hold a knife over my head. That is what we want you to do.
No, you must perform. That will be the agreement. You must perform.
Don't worry. Thanks for asking anyway.
Kyle, thank you once again for coming on the show. And where are you taking us to after 11 years? AC Milan. We need to celebrate this.
Once we are done in the studio, let's do something.
Okay, the producer is also welcome.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, Arsenal is an Arsenal fan. They'll be playing Europa League again.
He's welcome. Everybody.
Arsenal fan, I think you guys need to chin up. You already had the Champions League anthem playing in your head sometime in the season. But unfortunately, Tottenham, they got the last spot for the Champions League in the Premier League. For all of you who have continued to keep faith with us, we say thank you very much. Don't forget to keep your comment coming. What do you think about the issues that we raised today? Victor Osimhen, we talked about the Ghana Premier League. We've talked about the victorious Flying Eagles. And of course, we talked about the Nigeria and the Ghana Premier League. What do you think? Please keep your comment coming. And please don't forget to indicate where you are reaching us from. Of course, the season has ended in Europe now, but we will continue to take you closer ever to the action right here. We'll be talking about transfers, Ghanaian players, Nigerian players, and African stars. We'll be telling you where they will be moving to, like we've done with Victor Osimhen. Until we come your way again, I remain Oluwafemi Ashalu. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until next time, have a fantastic time to yourself. Bye for now.